everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the first day of Vlogmas. I'm very excited to be doing Vlogmas this year. If you have not watched a few videos ago, I mentioned that I was going to try to do Vlogmas. I'm not going to post every day. My plan is to post 5 days a week, so Monday through Friday. Every weekday during December, you should be getting a video from me, unless my world goes to crap like it has the past couple weeks. If you can't tell, I'm a little sick, but we're going to power through this today. But if there's a lot of weird cuts, it's probably because I'm coughing my lungs up, or I'm stopping to get some water because my throat is not feeling the best. For today, we're going to talk about the books that I read in October and November. I didn't get around to doing an October wrap-up. All of November has been full of sickness. It's just been kind of circling around. Somebody in my house has been sick for the entire month of November. So I'm hoping that now that November is about to be over, sickness will be gone. I'm hoping that I'm like the last one and it's all going to be over, because it's overwhelming to have so many things that I want to do and not get to do them for you. So most of these books were read in October. I read 2 books in November. That's not good. So we're gonna run through all of the books that I read in October. I'm not sure how many I read. I read 9 books in October, 2 books in November. If this lighting is a little different than usual, that's because it gets dark at like 5 o'clock now, and I usually use natural light to film my videos, so I'm currently using a ring light. So if this looks different, I'm sorry. If you hate it, I'm sorry. Let me know so I can make sure to film earlier in the day when I have time. Things are kind of gonna be chaotic in December, but I'm very excited for Vlogmas. If you have any ideas of things you want me to do, drop them down below. I will try to do them. I have a decorate going up for me. I have a Christmas decorate with me going up tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 2, so keep your eye out for that. But let's just jump into these books. I will try my best to remember as many details as I can, but some of these I read like over 2 months ago. First book that I read in October was Icebreaker. This blew up on the internet, on TikTok and Instagram, and so I picked it up on Kindle Unlimited and read it on my Kindle, and oh my god, y'all, this book was so good. It is hockey player, ice skater. It's enemies to lovers, I would say. But I'm pretty sure this is Hannah Grace's first book, and I can't wait for the rest of this series. So basically, this hockey player and this ice skater, they're both collegiate athletes. They both share the same, or being forced to share the same ice arena, I guess you would call it, because the other one is broken. So they're being forced to share their time between that. He is very like happy, bubbly. She is very standoffish, like, don't talk to me. And then her partner gets hurt and he ends up having to fill in for him, and it's so good. It's Stassi and Nathan, and this was the epitome of a sports romance done well. I loved it so much. If you hate the miscommunication trope, read this book, because they communicate so well. This book talks about therapy in a really great way. The side characters in this book are fantastic. I'm so excited for the next books. It got you, the way it was written, it got you so interested into the side characters without you losing focus on the main characters, but it got you interested in them for their next books. But I'm just so obsessed with this book, and you really need to go read it. I think it would be a really cool one to read right now in like wintertime. Super cute book. Absolutely phenomenal. Then I jumped into There Are No Saints. My friend Emily got me this. We did a book swap, and this is one of the books she got me. And I love Sophie Lark, so, this is going to be 5 stars. Icebreaker was also 5 stars, if you didn't get the hint of that. 5 stars. I love this book. I'm going to read you the back of this because I don't want to give too much away, but this is very dark, lots of trigger warnings. Please look these up. I loathe Alistair Shaw. The city of San Francisco thinks we're rival artists. In truth, we're predators battling for hunting ground. We never chose the same prey, until the night we both laid eyes on Mara Eldridge. Shaw wants to use her as a pawn in his twisted game. I'm fixated on her for a different reason. She makes me feel things I've never thought I could feel. Wanted things I never wanted. Only she can make me lose control. I don't know if I should protect her at all costs or destroy her before she ruins me. Mara knows I'm no saint, but she has no idea she's dancing with the devil. So this is serial killer romance. This is not fluffy romance. This is very dark, very toxic, like not ideal, like fluffy romance. That's not what you're gonna get out of this. I devoured this in under 24 hours. The smut in it is great. It's Sophie Lark. This woman cannot do any wrong in my eyes, and I'm so glad to be back on a Sophie Lark kick. I can't wait to read more Sophie Lark. Her new book Anastasia comes out in just a couple of days. I'm so excited for that book. I'm going to drop everything and anything when that comes out. But There Are No Saints, and then shortly after I read There Is No Devil. Okay, so you might notice that I have 2 different covers here because I collect Sophie Lark books. I have every cover. Well, I don't have every cover. I'm going to eventually have every cover of every book that she's released that I can. This is the regular, this is like the discreet cover. This is the original cover. There are illustrated covers out now that are just like this. They're the same covers, but they have illustrations inside. I actually won them, so I have them over there. They're signed by Sophie. I was so excited when I won that giveaway. There Is No Devil is the sequel to There Are No Saints, so I will not be reading anything about it, but just know it gets darker, it gets smuttier, it gets crazier, it's still toxic, it still has a lot of trigger warnings. So just know that going into that you need to look up the trigger warnings for those. And then I read Crave. I don't have my dust cover on this right now. I guess I just never put it back on. When I read hardback books, I don't keep the dust cover on. But Crave. Crave is by Tracy Wolff. It is a vampire kind of meets Harry Potter-esque book. They're all in like this school up in Alaska. Our main character, Grace, her parents pass away in a really bad car accident, so she is sent to live with her uncle in Alaska. So she is living with her uncle, who is the dean of this huge private school in Alaska. Her cousin goes there, and now she goes there. So she's kind of the outcast. She's the new kid. Not a lot of new kids join this school. But then she meets Jax, and Jax, he's a vampire. I feel like this was like Twilight, but better. I'm obsessed. I can't wait to finish this series. Like, how obsessed I was with After is how obsessed I am with this series. I can't wait to pick up the next one. The 5th book in the series just came out a couple weeks ago, but I can't wait to read more Crave. It's just, it's YA, so you don't have to worry about really on-page spice, smut. It's nothing crazy. Definitely not as spicy as the After books, for sure. But definitely, if you liked Twilight and you're kind of like, that's kind of like cheesy now, read Crave. I'm serious. Read this book. It's so good. So good. I feel like my voice is just going to get worse and worse throughout this entire video, and I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to try to do brief summaries of the rest of these books so that I don't like completely kill my voice. Then I read Heartless by Elise Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series. The first one was Flawless. This is the second one, Heartless, and I'm obsessed. Of course, I loved Flawless. I love Heartless just as much. Just as much, I would say. I was gonna say maybe more, but I don't know. So this is single dad. This is the single dad that ends up falling for his kid's nanny, which is super fun, super cute. Willa is very sassy. Cade is very grumpy. The kid in this book is super cute. Like, one of the best written kids I've ever seen in a book. So cute, like, especially young kids. So, like, adds to the story, isn't just like there. But if you read Flawless, please read Heartless. If you haven't read Flawless, read Flawless, then read Heartless, because these books are so good. They're all based on a ranch. Cade, like, runs the ranch. The first book, Flawless, was his younger brother, who was a bull rider. Then I read It Starts With Us. All I'm gonna say is 5 stars. Colleen Hoover is fantastic. This book was fantastic. If you want to know more about what I thought about this, I will leave my reading vlog link down below. Also, I'll put like a little thing here. I think this was exactly what we needed from the rest of this story. Some people were really upset about it. I don't understand why. I thought that it was the perfect, I think because there's a lot of repeat, but it's like getting his side of seeing those repeated things. It's not Lily's point of view again. So I loved this. I saw the twist coming. I called it. But it was great. I loved it. I think it was exactly what we wanted as readers. And if you didn't like it, then sorry. I loved it. And then I read Wheeler by Colleen Charles. I received this as an ARC. I'm a part of her ARC team. This is the second book in the Venom Vegas series. The first one was Flopper. I really liked Flopper. I didn't like Wheeler as much. I just it was kind of slow to start with. It took me a little bit to get into it. But it was kind of like it ebbed and flowed. Like I would like be like really into it, and then I'd kind of get bored, and then I'd be really into it, and I'd kind of get bored. So this is Anders and Stella. Anders and Stella, and the whole prologue is them meeting in Costa Rica right before he starts his NHL career. They kind of have like a one night thing, like a super quick little fling, and then Anders is like caught up on this girl for like 6 years. So they like fast forward to 6 years later, and he ends up running into her, and she doesn't remember him. That's kind of where we start off. And so it was kind of like miscommunication at times, where like if you would just say what you're thinking, it would help a lot. So it's just kind of like that same roller coaster of and then no, and then and then no. So this one was good. Overall, I liked the book. I liked Flopper better, though, in that series. Then I read, I started this audiobook in April. I'm sorry. This is followed by Tessa Bailey. I started this audiobook in April, and I finally finished it. I didn't realize how far I got into the audiobook. I had like 30% left, and I never finished it. This was very early Tessa Bailey, and you could tell. I feel like I need to come closer so that you can see me. I feel like I'm really dark. It's like 75% spice, 25% weird storyline. So let me just read the synopsis of this, because I honestly don't have a clue. By the way, I gave Wheeler 4 stars. Everything else has been 5 stars. Wheeler got 4 stars. This got 3 stars. Y'all know I don't do that a lot. He wants her soul. Too bad she already sold it. Family is everything to the gambling den darling Teresa Valentini. Blood comes first, especially before men. So when her brother lands himself in hot water, she's willing to do whatever it takes to save him. And showing up topless in her unwitting savior's motel room is turning out to be the farthest thing from hardship. Will Caruso is the bad guy of New York's financial scene, and he just found out the very thing that drives his success is a damn lie. Now he exchanged his high success life for the open road, no one but his Great Dane and 500,000 Instagram followers to keep him company. When a mysterious beauty arrives, his secrecy prods his suspicions, even while she tempts his lust to the breaking point. Teresa met Will under false pretenses, but the bond consuming them is real. They're strong enough to overcome a little betrayal, aren't they? Oh my god, it took me so long to get that first sentence. It was just kind of cheesy. The spice was cheesy. The storyline was cheesy. The miscommunication had me like, whatever, all the time. I was just like, y'all, this ain't even like something that would really happen 90% of the time. It would be like one plot point to like further the plot, and then like the rest of the chapter is spice. So the balance wasn't very well for that. I feel like it shows a lot as to how much Tessa has grown as an author since this book came out. I don't know when this came out. Let me see. See how much Tessa has grown from this to like It Happened One Summer is insane. She's an incredible writer. This does not knock her at all. She's learned and she's grown, and I love to see that. I am obsessed with Tessa, and I'm glad I got to like kind of see that difference between her then and her now. The last book that I read in October was How to Kiss Your Grumpy Boss, which is the second Hawthorne Brothers book by Jenny Proctor. Y'all know I love Jenny Proctor. I love me some Jenny Proctor. She is one of my favorite authors. She's probably one of the authors that I've read the most. We need to create Goodreads. Listen to me, Goodreads. Listen to me. I need a Spotify Wrapped for Goodreads. I need you to create something that is going to tell me the author I read the most, whether it's pages or books, the genre I read the most. And I know that like StoryGraph does this. I'm pretty sure. They do like pie charts and stuff. But I want something like cute. So StoryGraph, Goodreads, Literal, one of you needs to create a Wrapped, but like cute, like Spotify does. I think that would be so fun to do with books. So somebody do that. One of the 6 people that are going to watch this video, tell them. But How to Kiss Your Grumpy Boss, this is, like I said, the second book in this series. This is Perry, which is probably the one that I was looking least forward to in this series. I just didn't like connect with Perry. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait for Perry's book after How to Kiss Your Best Friend. But I loved this. I loved it. I think I liked How to Kiss Your Best Friend just a little bit more. Just a little bit. This is single mom. And so I will read you the synopsis of this one. Just so you know, Jenny Proctor is a closed-door romance writer, so there is no on-screen spice in her books. So if that is your thing, or if it's not your thing, read this book anyway. Perry Hawthorne is my boss, only my boss, and I do not have a crush. When one of the Hawthorne brothers, known by their chiseled jawlines and their family-run farm and event center, hires me to be his virtual assistant, I do everything I can to keep him firmly in the work zone. His grumpy demeanor helps, his smoking hot profile picture does not. But even if I do have a crush, a very tiny one, I can't catch real feelings for a million different reasons. Besides, the whole business part of our relationship, I'm a single mom. I have to think about what's best for my son, Jack, and my grumpy, divorced, humorless boss isn't exactly giving me the ready-to-be stepdad vibes. When Perry upgrades me from virtual to in-person assistant, I wonder if I've gotten him all wrong. He's actually pretty great with Jack, and with me. Let's just say the chemistry crackling between us might vaporize all of my reasons for keeping my distance. Trouble is, after his messy divorce, I'm not sure Perry's ready to be in a new relationship. But it isn't just my heart that's on the line, it's Jack's too. And after everything we went through before my husband died, I'm not sure that's a gamble I'm willing to take, no matter how desperate Jack is for a daddy. So, as you can kind of tell, this is boss employee, is that how you would say that? And she's a single mom. It's Really cute. It's on this small farm in North Carolina, and I loved it. I love everything Jenny writes. 5 stars. The first book I read in November is The Mistletoe Bet by Maren Moore. Y'all know I love me some Maren Moore too. This is the first thing that I've read from Maren that wasn't sports romance. This was a novella. It came out in November. It is called The Mistletoe Bet. And y'all, this book is so good. I'm sad. Literally, I'm so sad that this is just a novella. I need more of Quinn and Dr. Grant like yesterday. Yesterday. If you like spice, if you like Christmas, this book. So Quinn lives in New York, and she is forced to come home for Christmas, and so her childhood best friend slash brother's best friend just happens to be there because he always is, and obviously he's off limits, y'all. She can't touch him because brother's best friend, right? No. So they make a bet under the mistletoe, obviously, that he has 7 days to change her mind about Christmas. She hates Christmas. She doesn't want like anything about it. So he has 7 days to change her mind. So she ends up spending a lot of time with him. And a lot of things happen. All I'm gonna say is he's a doctor, and there's a doctor's office seat. Okay, I'm done. Read The Mistletoe Bet. You won't regret it. It's a novella. It's in Kindle Unlimited. I'm obsessed. Just so you know, I'm obsessed with this book. I'm currently reading Jingle Wars by her. I will give you an update on this in my December wrap up because I plan on finishing this up in the next couple days. And then the last book that I read in November, I just finished this last night, was Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist by Cody Hall. I've had this book forever. It is Best Friends to Lovers. I will read you the back of this. Nick Winter's Christmas at home is going nothing like he planned. What was supposed to be a memorable holiday with his longtime girlfriend goes sour when he learns she cheated on him while he was overseas. He's in the military. At least Nick can rely on his usual shift at the family Christmas tree farm with his best friend Noelle Carter and her endless supply of Christmas tunes to lift his spirits. A night of fun together is just what he needs to forget about his ex. But then they kiss, and it feels so right. If Noelle can turn Nick's Christmas blues merry and bright, this might be the last Christmas Nick spends with a broken heart. This year they'll be rocking around the Christmas tree as a couple, and as long as Nick's ex doesn't go stand under any mistletoe. So this was very based on like Christmas songs and playlists. Nick is like known for making his playlist in this book. It is third person dual POV, but it was like third person dual POV I could get behind. It was written really well where I didn't get confused. I don't know why some of them I can get behind and some of them don't. I could get behind this third person. This book was good. It was extremely cheesy at times. Like some of the lines, like it was almost like it would be YA, but it's not because it's got spice in it. It doesn't have like crazy spice. Oh, Nick has 2 sisters and they have both gotten books, and I am kind of curious to read both of those. They are both out. I wonder if Nick's 2 best friends are gonna also get books. It had all the right things to be great, and then it was just cheesy at times, like too cheesy. Like I'd love a cheesy Hallmark Christmas movie, and this was just too cheesy sometimes. Like some of the, I don't know. I'm probably gonna give it 4 stars. It wasn't bad. Like there was just times that I was like, oh my god, really? Is that what you had to say right now? So I think it's a cute book for sure. But like I said, it's cheesy at times. So Nick and Noelle's Christmas Playlist. I love the idea of this book. I think it's so cute. I love a playlist. If you didn't know, I love a playlist. I love a playlist. I love music. It's something I'm very passionate about in my life. My playlists are also something I'm very passionate about in my life. But if you didn't know, I made an entire video that no one watched about my Spotify playlist. I will link it down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed Vlogmas Day 1. I'm vlogging during Vlogmas, but it's not Vlogmas. It's just me posting videos because I'm not gonna vlog. I might vlog a day or two. I thought about that. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna go drink me some Gatorade. But make sure to follow me on Instagram. I try to post on there as much as possible. You don't get a lot of main feed stuff from me, but I post in stories a decent amount. Also, follow me on Goodreads because you can keep up with everything that I'm reading while I'm reading it. So you can follow along there. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, why have you not subscribed? Click the button and it will notify you so you don't miss a Vlogmas Day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.